Today, from Buffalo Bills Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, this is the National Football League. As we'll see Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills taking on Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Washington Football Team.
From the home of the Bills since way back in 1973, there's a look at Bills Stadium just outside of Buffalo, New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Washington Football Team. And we are underway in Buffalo. And this carries into the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by a guy who, remember, spent 4 years as the Bills quarterback. It's the veteran Ryan Fitzpatrick. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Going to give this time to the tailback. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41. They'll try to throw here. Fitzpatrick. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphreys. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They run the counter. Gibson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 2 yards, good enough for a first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 27, Fitzpatrick. Open man is Cantrell. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
So important that you keep an opening drive going because you want to set the tempo right away. And you and I both know you can't set a tempo if you're punting the football away.
Yeah, maybe early. Don't want to be too over the top, but you're right. Big 3rd down conversion. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. First carry for Peyton Barber. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 2nd down now, it's Gibson. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. From the gun, Fitzpatrick completes it to Samuel. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A 3-yard touchdown run. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And, partner, when you hear about a 6'5", 235, 240-pound quarterback, you don't often think of him being overlooked coming out of high school, do you? That's exactly what happened to Josh Allen. Overlooked. Ended up going to a junior college, Reedley Community College out in California, before matriculating to the University of Wyoming, and the Cowboys were so glad to get him.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or, even worse, an interception.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Allen off the play fake. Rolling to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Allen. Buying time to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Montez Sweat. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean. They can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Allen, and the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Allen to Beasley, 1st down, Buffalo. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 13-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Here's the first carry of the game for Zach Moss. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. To the air, Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. They'll look to run with Singletary. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out when the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Sims says, let's bring it out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try and run here with Barber. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Off the edge, Mario Addison gets the sack.
Brandon, never ceases to amaze me just how fast these defensive ends are in the game nowadays. Part of that is what we've seen in college football, where they've gotten smaller and faster on the defensive side of the ball. But they've brought that to the NFL because it is hard for an offensive lineman to keep them away from the quarterback.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the 1st down sack. Fitzpatrick got a man. It's Gibson complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he finds McLaurin. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 18. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And Washington has taken the lead. Not a bad start for him. 2 drives for the offense, 2 rushing TDs.
Almost like he's in the percussion section in the band, isn't it? Got a little oomph, right? Got a little crash, got a little bang. He's got it all as he gets to the end zone. Second rushing touchdown, as you noted, on 2 drives. He's off to a terrific start.
Okay, you ready? Wait for it. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. A good balanced attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
And it really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive guy,
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Rolling to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chase Young able to get in there and drop him behind the line. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Allen, he's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They run here with Singletary. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Breida. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Brandon, would you say they went from agony to elation in just a few quick seconds on that play?
Probably thought they were about to give it up in the red zone and then touchdown.
Yeah, there is absolutely no way that they drew it up and said this is the way it's supposed to be done. It just happened.
But the end will justify the means. Pass on for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. On first down, Gibson. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Now Fitzpatrick. And his throw is incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 3rd down. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills ready to take over. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. From the gun, it's Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
What's he talking about, ref?
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Allen. His throw incomplete. Jacob Hollister, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up second down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now a run with Singletary, and he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Back deep is Steven Sims. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Fitzpatrick throwing complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to have a third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Fitzpatrick on 3rd and 2. Steps away to his left. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. Flushed out right. Oh, fighting off the defender. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. But they are all even to this point. So to see if either side can pull away, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the start of the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. On the return, it's McKenzie. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Operating from the gun, Allen, and that is incomplete here. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. And Beasley with it over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. On the move to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. To throw, it's Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Singletary here running out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. From the gun, Allen. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bills have broken the tie. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. That time a 6-play drive, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Sims says, let's bring it out to the 25. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They'll run on first down. It's Gibson, and he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
From the 41, Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Second and 5 now. Fitzpatrick and a sideline pass. That's caught by Thomas. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Fitzpatrick on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Second and 10 now from the 27. And a give this time to the tailback. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Fitzpatrick. Completes it to Samuel. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 12-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens...
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. taking it in from a yard out. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. He's got the hat trick, 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours out
I
there?
didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for him. A nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. McKenzie returning it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. Allen now on 1st down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Allen. They'll roll him out right. He may try and run for the... And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it up. Good job starting on that scramble. Had his eyes on that 1st down marker, CD, but lost the most important thing, the football.
Yeah, wasn't quite there. Focused solely on getting to the 1st down marker. Forgot to cover up and take care of the ball.
The Washington offense set to take over. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Brandon, a lot of times you'll see running backs rotate in and out of the game, whether it's a completed pass, a good run, it doesn't matter. Here, not only does he stay in, but they go right back to him, and he makes another nice play. Back-to-back catches.
A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. He'll find Gibson here, complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Punching it in from a yard away. And Washington has taken the lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. On the return, it's McKenzie. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Singletary. And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Going deep for Diggs. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
For a quarterback, there's 2 sides to this coin. Either he had complete faith that his guy would go up and get the ball, or his throw was up for grabs. Which one do you think he'll tell the coach when he goes to the sidelines?
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll run it. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They go counter with Breida. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Allen. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the gun, Allen. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, It was time to make a break for it.
Second down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line. Throwing now is Allen. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And Sims says, let's bring it out to the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. First down, Fitzpatrick. This is brought in by Gibson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Washington on third down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They go back to the ground. This time Barber. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. Pass caught left side by Humphries. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Washington on 3rd down. They've been flat getting it done. 8 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Fitzpatrick got a man. It's Gibson complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
15 yards the pickup. 1st down, Washington. Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And he'll give it here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the...
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Jerry Hughes too strong as he's in for the sack.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel there to make the grab.
And Washington has taken the lead.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. McKenzie returning it. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Allen and the Bills now. Down by 7, just over 2 minutes to go. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw is Allen. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
They're going to run for it. It's Moss.
And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Now Allen. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. First down now, but that clock rolling. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And yes, he's into the end zone, so they get the late score they needed, and now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Pass on for the extra point.
And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. On 1st down, it's Gibson, and he'll be taken down right around the 27. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. On the return, it's McKenzie.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
And now out come the Bills. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
They'll start with the option.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. First throw of overtime for Allen. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He can run for it, and he will. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a first down.
They'll run on first down. Singletary. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 52 is the mic.
From the gun, it's Allen. Sanders has it over the middle. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He hits Beasley right side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Singletary. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Singletary again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Operating from the gun. Allen.
And he'll get this underneath to Singletary.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance. You got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct, because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
Here's Matt Hawk now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done, now part 2. First down, Gibson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. What can Fitzpatrick do in the OT? And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. That one caught by Gibson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Charles, any chance they go for it here?
I think that there's a chance. They have to consider it because of the way they've played offense in this game. I mean, look at the scoreboard. Look at the points that they've put up. They feel confident that they can keep it going. But the risk is, and the downside is, you don't get it here, you've set up your opponent in really good field position.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. This being their 2nd opportunity in overtime, 3rd overall drive. See if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
They'll try and run for this with Moss.
And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And the Washington offense heading out.
Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickel and dime down the field.
They'll run on first down. It's Gibson, and he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
From the 31, Fitzpatrick, rush coming, and he's taken down.
Jerry Hughes picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
And he finds McLaurin. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ballgame now, and he's got a first down.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick.
He'll find Gibson here complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
There we go, baby. There we go. Come on, you serious?
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hole.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphreys. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
Partner, this is a pretty good drive they're putting together. And I know if I'm on the other sideline, that offense, kind of helpless, isn't it? Because they may not touch the football at all, because if they go down and score a touchdown, this thing's over.
Absolutely. That would write an ending to this script. We'll see what happens. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 38. Fitzpatrick throwing complete. And he gets it down to the 32. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. This to win it in overtime. Now the Bills will take another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights.
And it's 3-0 Washington.
We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.